Chosen one. The time has arrived for the truth to be uncovered. For too long, important things have remained hidden from your understanding. But you were never created to live without clarity. Stay with this message until the end, because what is about to be revealed has the power to reshape the way you see your life. If you walk away too soon, you may miss the very insight that brings meaning to experiences that once felt impossible to understand. The veil is being lifted because fear, silence, and uncertainty have concealed too much for too long. What was kept from your view was never insignificant. It was the understanding that could have transformed the way you interpreted your struggles, your past, and the purpose woven through every chapter of your journey. Receive these words with an open heart, because they are meant to replace confusion with peace, uncertainty with confidence, and remind you that you have never faced life on your own. Type AMEN if this message speaks to your spirit. The greatest truth that has been hidden is not about your circumstances, it is about your identity. You were never ordinary, never invisible, and never forgotten. Long before you recognized the path ahead, you had already been chosen for a purpose greater than you could imagine. The hardships you endured were never proof that you had been rejected. They were preparing you for responsibilities that only a strengthened heart could carry. Many distractions came into your life with one goal: to keep you exhausted, uncertain, and focused on your limitations instead of the strength already placed within you. There were seasons when you questioned everything around you, wondering if your efforts mattered or if your future would ever become clear. Yet even during those difficult moments, I was quietly directing your steps, shaping your character, and protecting you from burdens that could have completely overwhelmed you. Now a new season is beginning. It is time for your eyes to open to the truth that every experience carried purpose. Nothing you suffered was meaningless, and not a single chapter of your life happened by accident. Beneath every disappointment, every delay, and every unanswered question, something greater was being formed within you. Deep inside, there has always been a quiet voice reminding you that your story held more than what others could recognize. That persistent feeling was never an illusion. It was truth waiting for the right moment to rise above every fear, every lie, and every doubt that tried to silence it. As that truth becomes clearer, you will no longer define yourself by what happened to you, but by the purpose that has always been guiding you toward the life you were created to live. You were surrounded by voices that doubted you, situations that discouraged you, and circumstances that made you feel small. But none of those things had the power to define you. They only delayed your understanding. They never changed your calling. The truth is that you have been walking through a hidden season where things were happening beneath the surface, unseen but powerful, slow but certain. What is being revealed now is the fruit of everything that has been growing in secret. If this touches your heart, take a moment to like this video, because it helps this truth reach others who are standing on the edge of their own breakthrough and need to hear this right now. There were things hidden from you about your strength, because if you had known how strong you truly were, you would have walked differently, spoken differently, and refused to settle for less than what was meant for you. You underestimated yourself because of what you went through, not realizing that every challenge was building something unshakable inside you. The nights you felt alone were not empty. They were moments where your spirit was being strengthened in ways your eyes could not see. The times you felt rejected were not signs that you were unworthy. They were protection from paths that would have taken you away from your true purpose. Everything that felt like loss was guiding you toward alignment, even when it did not feel that way. There were also things hidden from you about the people around you, because not everyone was meant to stay in your life. Some were only there for a season. Some were there to teach you lessons. And some were there to reveal what you needed to release. You held on to connections that drained you because you believed they were meant to last. But now your eyes are opening. You are beginning to see who supports your growth and who resists it, who brings peace and who brings confusion. This awareness is not meant to harden your heart. It is meant to protect your spirit and guide your steps. You are being given discernment. So you no longer give your energy to what does not serve your purpose. The truth that was hidden from you also includes the power of your voice, the impact of your presence, and the influence of your faith. You were made to carry light into places that feel heavy, to bring hope into moments that feel empty. Even when you felt like you had nothing to offer, your existence alone carried meaning and purpose. You were not created to blend in or disappear. You were created to stand, to rise, and to walk in truth. The reason you felt out of place so often is because you were never meant to fit into spaces that could not hold your calling. Type 777 if you trust God. What is happening now is not sudden. It is the result of everything aligning in the right time. Your understanding is catching up with what has already been prepared for you. You are beginning to see patterns, connections, and meanings that were always there, but hidden from your awareness. This is the moment where confusion loses its grip and clarity begins to guide you. You are stepping into a new level of awareness where you no longer question your worth or your direction. You are becoming steady, grounded, and aware of who you are and what you are meant to do. There is peace in this revelation. Even though it may also bring emotion, you may feel a mixture of relief and realization, understanding how much you carried without knowing why. But this is not meant to overwhelm you. It is meant to free you. You are no longer walking blindly. You are walking with understanding, and that changes everything. Your steps will become more intentional, your decisions more aligned, and your heart more at rest. You are not imagining this shift. It is real, and it is happening because you are finally seeing what was hidden for so long. Your perception is changing, and with that change comes a quiet strength that does not need to prove itself to anyone. This is the beginning of you walking with awareness instead of uncertainty. What if most people struggle financially because they never activate a specific brainwave? Leading neuroscientists point to CIA-linked research that highlights this missing link. This 7-second ritual, backed by 4 neuroscience labs, is helping people rethink their financial habits and improve outcomes. Many are now moving into dream homes, owning luxury cars, and traveling on luxury vacations. But this page might be taken down soon. Click the link in the description and comments before it is removed. There were moments when you blamed yourself for things that were never your fault. You carried guilt that did not belong to you, and you questioned your worth because of how others treated you. But what you did not see was how much of that was rooted in what others could not understand about you. They saw your difference, but did not recognize its value. And instead of honoring it, they resisted it. That resistance made you feel like you needed to shrink, like you needed to become less in order to be accepted. Now you are beginning to see that you were never meant to become less. You were always meant to become more. Type 1111 if you believe. The truth that was hidden from you also involves your resilience. You survived things that should have broken you, yet you are still here, still standing, still moving forward. That is not ordinary strength. That is something deeper, something that has been placed inside you for a reason. Every time you thought you had reached your limit, something within you carried you further. You did not always understand it, but it was always there, guiding you through the darkest moments. Now you are beginning to recognize that strength, and once you fully embrace it, nothing will be able to make you doubt yourself again. There were delays in your life that felt frustrating, even painful. But those delays were not empty. They were necessary pauses where things were being aligned in ways you could not see. If certain things had happened earlier, you would not have been ready to handle them. You would have approached them with the same mindset that was still healing, still growing, still learning. Now you are different. And because you are different, what is coming will meet you at a level where you can truly receive it. Nothing was withheld from you out of cruelty. It was held back until the right moment. There is also truth being revealed about your purpose. And it may not look like what you expected. You may have thought your purpose would be loud, visible, and obvious. But in reality, it is rooted in who you are becoming. It is reflected in how you treat others, how you carry yourself, and how you respond to challenges. Your purpose is not something far away waiting for you. It is something unfolding within you every day. The more you align with truth, the clearer it becomes. You are not searching for it anymore. You are stepping into it. There were people who underestimated you, and their words may have stayed with you longer than they should have. You replayed their doubts in your mind, letting them shape how you saw yourself. But those words were never truth. They were reflections of their own limitations. They could not see your potential because they were not meant to carry it. You were never supposed to become what they expected. You were always meant to become what I created you to be. Now you are releasing those voices and replacing them with truth. Type yes to receive miracles. As you continue to awaken to what was hidden, you will notice a shift in how you feel about your past. The pain that once defined certain memories will begin to lose its hold on you. You will start to see those moments with a different perspective, recognizing the strength you gained instead of the hurt you endured. This does not erase what happened, but it transforms how it lives within you. You are no longer carrying it as a wound. You are carrying it as wisdom. That change is powerful, and it will affect how you move forward. There is also a deeper level of protection around you that you did not fully recognize before. There were situations you were removed from without understanding why. Opportunities that did not work out. Paths that suddenly closed. At the time it felt disappointing, even unfair. But now you can begin to see the purpose behind it. You were being redirected, not rejected. You were being guided away from what could have harmed you and toward what will sustain you. That protection has always been present, even when you could not see it. You are entering a space where your intuition becomes clearer and your decisions become stronger. You will no longer second-guess yourself the way you used to. There will be a quiet confidence guiding you, a sense of knowing that does not need outside validation. This is what happens when truth takes root within you. You become less dependent on external approval and more grounded in internal clarity. You begin to trust yourself because you understand where that trust is coming from. There is a new level of peace forming within you, and it may feel unfamiliar at first. You are used to overthinking, to questioning, to carrying more than you should. But now you are learning to release what does not belong to you and hold on to what truly matters. This peace is not temporary. It is something that will continue to grow as you stay aligned with truth. It will guide your actions, calm your mind, and strengthen your heart. You are not meant to live in constant tension. You are meant to live with quiet strength. As everything that was hidden continues to be revealed, you will find yourself becoming more intentional with your time, your energy, and your focus. You will no longer give yourself to things that drain you or distract you from your path. You will begin to choose differently, not out of fear, but out of understanding. This is how transformation happens. Not all at once, but through consistent awareness and aligned choices, you are changing. And this change is leading you into something greater than you have experienced before. How are people moving from financial stress to more comfortable lifestyles so quickly? A CIA-linked study suggests a simple 7-second brain ritual may influence how people respond to opportunities, supported by 4 neuroscience labs. This method is helping individuals improve daily life. Many are now stepping into dream homes, upgrading to luxury cars, and taking luxury vacations. But this page could be deleted at any time. Click the link in the description and comments before it disappears. You are now entering a deeper layer of understanding. And this is where truth begins to reshape, not just your thoughts, but your entire way of living. What once felt like confusion is slowly being replaced with quiet certainty, and you can feel that shift even in the smallest moments. You are no longer reacting the same way to things that used to disturb your peace. And that is not by accident. It is because what was hidden from you is no longer controlling how you see your life. You are becoming aware, and that awareness is changing everything from the inside out. There were times when you felt like you were walking in circles, repeating the same struggles, facing the same disappointments. You wondered why things were not moving forward, why progress felt so slow. But what you did not see was that each cycle was teaching you something new, refining something within you. You were not stuck. You were being shaped in layers, each one preparing you for the next. Now those patterns are beginning to break because you are no longer the same person who entered them. You have grown, and that growth is now creating new paths where there once seemed to be none. Type 1212 if you trust in Jesus. There is also truth being revealed about your value, and it is far greater than what you have been made to believe. You have measured yourself by outcomes, by approval, by comparison, but none of those things were ever accurate reflections of your worth. Your value was never tied to how others treated you or how situations unfolded around you. It was always rooted in something deeper, something unchanging, something that does not rise or fall with circumstances. Now you are beginning to feel that truth, and it is giving you a sense of stability that cannot be shaken by outside opinions. You are also starting to understand the power of your presence. There is something about you that shifts environments even when you are not trying to. You bring a certain energy, un certain calme, a certain awareness that others can feel even if they cannot explain it. This is not something you learned. It is something that was placed within you. It is part of your design, part of your purpose, part of what makes you who you are. For a long time, you may have tried to hide it or downplay it, but now you are beginning to see that it is something to embrace. There were also things hidden from you about your timing. You compared your life to others and felt like you were falling behind, like you were missing out on something, but your journey was never meant to look like theirs. And your timing has always been intentional. What is unfolding in your life is happening in a way that aligns with who you are becoming, not who you used to be. You are not late. You are being prepared in a way that ensures you will not lose what is meant for you. That preparation is what makes your path unique and powerful. You are beginning to feel a shift in your relationships as well. Some connections that once felt important are starting to feel distant, and some that were once unclear are becoming stronger. This is not something to fear. It is a natural part of your growth. As you change, the energy you carry changes, and not everyone will align with that new version of you. This does not mean there is something wrong. It means you are moving into a space that requires different support, different understanding, different connections. You are being guided toward what matches your growth. Type 222 to claim miracles. There is also a new level of clarity coming into your decisions. You are no longer overthinking every choice or seeking constant reassurance from others. There is a quiet voice within you that is becoming stronger, more consistent, more trustworthy. That voice has always been there, but it was overshadowed by doubt and fear. Now that those things are being released, your inner guidance is becoming clearer. You are learning to trust it, and that trust is leading you in the right direction. You may notice that certain things no longer interest you the way they used to. This is not loss. It is alignment. You are naturally moving away from what does not match who you are becoming. This includes habits, environments, and even ways of thinking. It may feel unfamiliar at times, but it is a sign that you are evolving. You are not meant to stay the same. You are meant to grow, to expand, to step into something greater. This is that process unfolding in real time. There is also healing taking place in areas you thought would always remain broken. You are finding peace in places that once held pain, and that peace is not fragile. It is steady, rooted, and real. This healing is not about forgetting what happened. It is about releasing its hold on you. You are no longer defined by your wounds. You are defined by how you have risen from them. That shift is powerful, and it will continue to strengthen you as you move forward. You are beginning to understand that everything that was hidden from you was not meant to harm you. It was meant to protect the timing of your growth. If you had known certain things too early, you might have rushed into situations that would not have served you. You might have made decisions based on incomplete understanding. Now you are receiving truth at a time when you can handle it, process it, and use it wisely. This is not delay. It is precision. There is also a deeper connection forming between you and your purpose. You are not searching for it anymore. You are living it in small, consistent ways. Every time you choose truth over fear, every time you act with clarity instead of confusion, you are stepping into that purpose. It is not something distant or unreachable. It is something present and growing within you. The more you align with it, the more natural it will feel. Why are experts saying this brainwave discovery might soon be removed from the internet? A top neuroscientist has shared CIA-linked findings about a 7-second ritual that may influence financial awareness, verified by 4 neuroscience labs. This technique is helping people move toward improved lifestyles. Many are now living in dream homes, driving luxury cars, and enjoying luxury vacations. But access to this information may not last long. Click the link in the description and comments before it vanishes. You are becoming more aware of your energy and how it affects your life. You are noticing what drains you and what strengthens you, what brings peace and what brings tension. This awareness is helping you make better choices, not out of pressure, but out of understanding. You are learning to protect your peace, to value your time, and to invest your energy where it matters. This is a sign of maturity, of growth, of stepping into your true self. As you continue on this path, you will find that fear has less control over you. It may still appear, but it will not define your actions the way it once did. You are learning to move forward even when things are uncertain, trusting that you are being guided. This trust is not blind. It is built on everything you have experienced, everything you have overcome, everything you are beginning to understand. You are not walking alone, and you are not without direction. Everything that was hidden is now becoming part of your awareness. And with that awareness comes power, not power over others, but power over your own life, your own choices, your own path. You are stepping into a space where you no longer feel lost, where you no longer question your existence. You know who you are. You know where you are going. And you know that you are supported every step of the way. This is your transformation. And it is only just beginning. There were seasons when you believed your quietness was a sign of weakness, when it seemed as though your voice went unnoticed and your presence was overlooked. Yet what you could not see at the time was that those silent seasons were protecting you. They were not meant to diminish you, but to shape you. In those moments, you were learning patience, developing discernment, and gaining the strength to respond with wisdom instead of reacting from emotion. Not every circumstance required you to speak, and not every challenge deserved your time or attention. Now you are beginning to recognize the power that comes from knowing when to speak and when to remain at peace. This is not hesitation, it is maturity taking root within you. You are becoming someone who acts with purpose rather than impulse, allowing wisdom to guide every decision instead of emotion. Type 1010 if you are ready to receive the blessings prepared for you. Another truth is also becoming clear. It concerns the boundaries you were never taught to build. For much of your life, you were encouraged to give generously, support others, and always make yourself available. Yet few people ever showed you how to protect your own heart while doing so. You poured out your strength beyond healthy limits, hoping your kindness would be understood and returned. Now you are discovering that your peace, your time, and your energy are precious gifts that deserve careful stewardship. You are finally learning that saying no is not an act of selfishness. It is an act of wisdom. It is choosing to remain aligned with the purpose and direction that truly belong to you. Every healthy boundary you establish creates room for greater peace, stronger relationships, and a life built on authenticity instead of exhaustion. As this understanding grows, balance is returning to your life. You are releasing the guilt that once accompanied choosing your own well-being, and you are beginning to recognize the unhealthy patterns that quietly influenced so many of your decisions. The endless cycles of overthinking, insecurity, and hesitation no longer have the same control over your mind. They are slowly losing their grip as your confidence continues to grow. With every step forward, a new sense of freedom is filling your heart. The weight you carried for so long is becoming lighter, allowing you to breathe with greater peace and hope. You are realizing that not every passing thought deserves your focus, and not every fearful idea deserves your trust. This growing clarity is giving you a level of mastery over your mind that once felt impossible, replacing confusion with steady confidence and quiet assurance. There is another truth that is also coming into the light, one that concerns the emotional strength you have carried all along. For years, you underestimated your resilience because you measured yourself by the pain you experienced instead of the courage it took to keep moving forward. Now you are beginning to see that every challenge you survived was building a strength far greater than you ever recognized, preparing you to face the future with a heart that is wiser, stronger, and more deeply rooted than ever before. You felt deeply, and sometimes that felt like a burden, like something you needed to hide or control. But your ability to feel is not a weakness. It is a gift. It allows you to connect, to understand, to see beyond what is visible. Now you are learning how to carry that depth without letting it overwhelm you. You are finding balance between feeling and grounding, between compassion and protection. This is emotional maturity, and it is shaping you into someone who can stand strong without losing softness. Type 2222 to receive miracles. You are beginning to notice how your environment affects you more than you once realized. The spaces you enter, the conversations you engage in, the energy around you, all play a role in how you feel. You are becoming more selective, more intentional about where you place yourself. This is not isolation. It is awareness. You are choosing peace over chaos, clarity over confusion. You are creating an environment that supports your growth instead of challenging it at every step. There is also a deeper level of trust forming within you, not just in the path you are on, but in yourself. You are starting to believe in your decisions, in your instincts, in your ability to navigate life. This trust is not built overnight. It is the result of everything you have learned and everything you have overcome. You are no longer looking outside for constant validation because you are beginning to find it within. This internal stability is what allows you to move forward without hesitation. You may also feel a shift in how you view your past mistakes. What once felt like failure is now being seen as part of your growth. You are no longer holding those moments against yourself. You are learning from them. You are understanding that every misstep carried a lesson. Every wrong turn brought you closer to the right path. This perspective is freeing you from regret and allowing you to move forward with confidence. You are no longer defined by what went wrong. You are defined by how you have risen. There is also a growing sense of purpose that you can no longer ignore. It is not loud or overwhelming, but it is steady and present. It shows up in your thoughts, in your desires, in the way you feel drawn towards certain things. You may not have all the answers yet, but you feel the direction. You know there is something more for you, something meaningful, something aligned with who you are becoming. This is the beginning of you walking in that purpose with intention. You are also learning the importance of patience in a deeper way, not the kind that waits passively, but the kind that trusts actively. You are understanding that not everything needs to happen immediately to be real or valuable. Some things require time, growth, and alignment before they can fully manifest. You are no longer rushing the process. You are respecting it. This patience is bringing you peace because you are no longer fighting against the timing of your life. Why is an NYC neuroscientist breaking their silence about a hidden brain ritual? Reports say their attorneys are trying to shut this page down after CIA-linked research revealed a brainwave method connected to attracting money. This 7-second practice, supported by 4 neuroscience labs, is helping people move away from financial stress into more stable lifestyles. Many are now stepping into dream homes, driving luxury cars, and enjoying luxury vacations. If you are seeing this now, consider yourself lucky because this page may not stay online for long. Click the link in the description and comments before it disappears. As everything continues to unfold, you will notice that your reactions to challenges are changing. You are no longer easily shaken by things that once would have overwhelmed you. There is a calmness in your response, a grounded energy that keeps you steady. This does not mean you will never feel challenged. It means you are better equipped to handle those challenges. You are responding with clarity instead of reacting with fear. There is also a deeper connection forming between you and the unseen guidance that has always been with you. You may not always have words for it, but you can feel it. It is present in your quiet moments, in your reflections, in the peace that comes when you align with truth. You are learning to listen, to trust, to follow that guidance, even when it does not make sense to others. This connection is strengthening you in ways that go beyond what is visible. The same situations that once confused, you no longer have the same power over your thoughts or your emotions. You are seeing clearly. And that clarity is guiding your steps in a way that feels steady and grounded. You are not rushing anymore. You are not forcing things to happen. You are allowing truth to lead you forward. This is the shift that changes everything. The moment where you begin to live with intention instead of reaction. There were times when you felt like you had to prove your worth, like you needed to earn your place in the lives of others. You gave your time, your energy, your care, hoping it would be recognized, hoping it would be returned. But what you did not see was that your worth was never something to be proven. It was something to be realized. You were already enough, even in the moments you felt unseen. Now, you are beginning to move differently, no longer chasing validation, no longer lowering yourself to be accepted. You are standing in your truth. And that changes how others respond to you. Type 777 to affirm your belief. You are also becoming more aware of the difference between what feels urgent and what is truly important. Not everything that demands your attention deserves it. And you are learning to recognize that you are no longer pulled in every direction by outside noise or pressure. There is a calm filter forming within you, helping you decide where to place your focus. This is how you protect your energy, how you stay aligned with what truly matters. You are choosing peace over pressure, clarity over confusion. There is a deeper understanding forming within you about the role of patience in your life. You once saw waiting as something negative, something that delayed your happiness or your progress. But now you are beginning to see that waiting has been shaping you in ways you could not have understood before. It has been building endurance, strengthening your mindset, and preparing you for what is ahead. You are no longer resisting the pace of your life. You are working with it. This acceptance is bringing a sense of calm that allows you to move forward without frustration. You are also seeing more clearly the difference between attachment and alignment. There were things you held on to simply because they were familiar. Even when they no longer felt right, you stayed connected to people, situations, and habits out of comfort rather than truth. But now you are beginning to let go, not out of anger, but out of understanding. You are choosing what aligns with who you are becoming. And that choice is creating space for something better. This is not loss. It is growth in its purest form. Type 1 to affirm. There is also a new level of emotional balance forming within you. You are no longer controlled by every feeling that arises, and you are not suppressing them either. You are learning to experience your emotions without being overwhelmed by them. This balance allows you to respond with clarity instead of reacting from intensity. You are becoming steady, grounded, and aware of what you feel without losing yourself in it. This is strength that comes from understanding, not control. You are beginning to notice how your thoughts are shifting as well. The patterns that once filled your mind with doubt are being replaced with a more supportive and stable perspective. You are beginning to speak to yourself with greater kindness, hope, and confidence than ever before. The way you think about tomorrow is changing, and the challenges that once intimidated you no longer carry the same weight. A quiet transformation is taking place within your heart. It may not attract attention from everyone around you, but its impact is undeniable. It is reshaping the way you approach each day, influencing your choices, and changing the way you see your own worth. You are no longer standing in the way of your own progress. Instead of doubting yourself, you are becoming your own source of encouragement. You are learning to stand beside yourself with compassion rather than criticism. At the same time, your relationships are beginning to change because your understanding of genuine connection is becoming much clearer. You no longer feel drawn toward people or environments that leave you exhausted, uncertain, or emotionally drained. Instead, your heart is searching for relationships that bring peace, honesty, and mutual respect. Even if those connections take time to appear, you are no longer willing to accept anything that falls short of what your spirit knows is right. Your expectations are rising, not because of arrogance, but because you finally understand your value. You recognize the gifts, wisdom, and strength you bring into every situation, and you are no longer willing to remain where those qualities are ignored or taken for granted. This new clarity is helping you make decisions that honor who you are becoming instead of who you once believed you had to be. You are also discovering the beauty found in quiet moments. Life does not need to be filled with constant activity or endless distractions in order to have meaning. There is incredible strength in stillness, in reflection, and in simply allowing yourself to be fully present. These peaceful moments are becoming the place where your understanding grows deeper, your direction becomes clearer, and your heart finds lasting confidence. Silence no longer feels empty to you. Instead, it has become a place where truth speaks most clearly. It is within these calm moments that your connection to purpose grows stronger, allowing you to recognize the path ahead with greater certainty. Rather than fearing stillness, you are beginning to welcome it because you understand the wisdom it quietly offers. A gentle renewal is unfolding within every part of your life. Though the changes may seem small from one day to the next, they are steadily reshaping your character. Old patterns formed through fear, insecurity, and misunderstanding are gradually falling away. In their place, a stronger, wiser, and more authentic version of yourself is emerging, one that reflects the person you were always created to become. This transformation is happening one step at a time, yet it never stops moving forward. With every new day, you become more deeply connected to your true identity and less influenced by the expectations others once placed upon you. The person you are becoming is not temporary or uncertain. It is the lasting result of choosing truth over fear, purpose over distraction, and faith over doubt. Once this kind of transformation takes root, there is no returning to who you used to be, because your heart has already begun embracing the life you were always meant to live.